I only met my grandmother once, when I was only 8 years old. After that, my parents stopped talking about her and got mad at me if I asked questions about her. As I grew older, I was always curious about why they won't allow me to visit or even speak to her. Now I am 20 years old and I still remember the address of my grandma's house. I was wondering if she still lived there or if she was even alive. But I decided to give it a shot and rented a car. I arrived in around 2 hours. Her house was still there, a beautiful large house. I got out of my car, went to the door and knocked. She almost instantly opened the door. She looked the same. It was like she never aged. I hugged her and then she invited me to come inside. We talked about why my family cut contact with her, and I started believing that my parents were the assholes in this situation. It got late. Grandma showed me my room, which looked like it was recently renovated. It was very cozy. I immediately settled there. But before leaving, I saw her frown. It was like a new soul entered her body, because she has been very happy right before. She handed me a list of rules. At first I thought it was a joke, but she told me to read the rules carefully, or something bad will happen. I started reading the list. These rules are essential if you want to survive the night here, so please read them carefully. Rules for staying at grandma's. Rule number 1. Keep your lights on at all times. Rule number 2. Never, I mean never, leave your room after 1 a.m. If you need to go to the bathroom, refer to rule number 2A. Rule number 2A. Look around the room for something to urinate in. If you don't find anything, pray for exactly 3 minutes. Quote, it doesn't matter if you are religious or not. After that, you have exactly 5 minutes and 36 seconds to go to your closest bathroom. If you fail to return in time, find a way to kill yourself. It is better than what they will do to you. Rule number 3. Your grandma will check your room at these times: 2:23 a.m., 2:56 a.m., and 3:45 a.m. You should be in bed by those times. If you are not, tell your grandma you are sorry 5 times. If she says, it's okay but go to your bed, you are safe, try falling asleep. If she says, I forgive you, refer to rule number 4. Rule number 4. Grab the nearest sharp object and stab your grandma's neck. If you fail to do so, I hope your pain tolerance is high. Rule number 5. After 4 a.m., you will hear your grandma loudly screaming your name. Ignore her. She is not your real grandma. Rule number 6. If you hear knocks on your door, be careful. If there are only 2 knocks, be quiet and pretend that you are asleep. If you hear 5 knocks, open the door. It's your real grandma. Rule number 6A. Your real grandma will only come inside your room if you have broken one of the rules, or if you are in immediate danger. Once she is in your room, pay attention to her behavior. If she sits on your bed next to you, you are safe for the rest of the night. If she stands in front of you, there is no hope left. You have 10 seconds to kill yourself before she teleports you to hell. Rule number 6B. If you get teleported to hell, close your eyes and beg for forgiveness. If they forgive you, you will be sent back to your grandma's house and you will be safe for the rest of the day. Otherwise, if they are angry, pray, because the things they are gonna do to you are horrible. Rule number 7. At 8 a.m., you must get out of your bed and slowly walk towards the kitchen downstairs. Eat the food she gave to you and do not under any circumstances talk to her. Ignore her if she tries starting a conversation. After breakfast, you are completely safe for the rest of the day. Enjoy your stay. At first I thought this was a prank, but when I remember how serious my grandma was when she told me to follow the rules, I decided to follow them. I couldn't fall asleep. I kept thinking about the rules. Suddenly, I hear my grandmother enter my room. I check the time. It's 2:23 a.m. I start panicking. I get on my knees and tell her, "I'm sorry, please forgive me," 5 times. I waited for her answer. She calmly says, "It's okay, but go to your bed." I calm myself down and get on my bed. However, when I realized what happened, I started overthinking again. I started browsing the internet because once again, I could not fall asleep. Later, I start hearing my grandmother screaming my name. I could tell it was not my real grandma. Its voice was very high-pitched and not human-like. And immediately after, I hear 2 knocks on my door. I could feel tears running down my cheek. I thought I was going to die there. I couldn't help but start sobbing. Then I realized what mistake I have done. I now hear someone knocking exactly 5 times on my door. Maybe Grandma will save me now, I thought. I opened the door. Grandma looked mad. She walks into my room and stands right in front of me. I panic and start running. I leave my room and go downstairs. I walk into another smaller bedroom and I hide in a closet. From upstairs, I hear Grandma sobbing, screaming, calling for help. I passed out, but after I wake up, I realize I am back in my bedroom. It's 7:58 a.m. So I start walking towards the kitchen, still unsure if I had a nightmare or if what I experienced was real. Grandma and I were quiet while we were eating our breakfast. But after we finished, she looks at me and unhappily says, "You left your room, right?"